Karan Nepal.
सो नमस्कार स्वागत छ तपाईहरुलाई इनसाइटको सरप्राइजिङ एपिसोडमा सो दिस वाज नट प्लान्ड बट आई एम भेरी थ्याङ्कफुल टु अन्सिता जी यु हेभ अ भेरी हार्ड नेम म्याम बाई द वे एन्ड फर गिभिङ अस दिस अपर्च्युनिटी एन्ड वी हेभ अ भेरी स्पेसल गेस्ट and we could argue that this is the exclusive content that you are going to get from him. We're going to try to post it first, but if we don't, then please know that we did it first, right?
Sure.
So I would like to welcome the man behind IIDE India, right? How is it what's the registered name? IIDE?
It's actually called, there are two names to it.
Yeah.
It's the Indian Institute of Digital Education. And now, since we're in Nepal, we're actually reconsidering branding this to International Institute of Digital Education.
Nice.
Yes.
So Karan ji broke the news. IIDE is in Nepal. Welcome to Nepal, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So if you don't know about IIDE, it is we could argue that it's the largest digital marketing institute in South Asia. So they have 87% placement rates according to the website, and I think you have trained more than 5 lakh students.
Yes, we
so
have.
Bigger community, better curriculum, and I even took some testimonials from some of the Nepalese who have taken the courses online.
Okay.
Beside Ansita ji, she told us that she was made to go through everything.
Right.
And now she's going to be representing you guys in Nepal, I guess.
Yes.
And when I talked to some of the students, they were like very easy to communicate. Even when they were starting online, it was a very different experience. They have never done it before. And I especially love, she actually just graduated from your course, and she is a friend of mine.
Oh, really?
She's actually doing our assessment, and it's actually date on 21st Jan or something like that.
Really?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Wow.
I took a very fresh testimonial.
Okay.
And welcome, sir.
Thank
Welcome
you so
welcome
much
to
for
Nepal.
having me here on Inside Podcast.
So, as our viewers know, this is podcast dedicated to marketers. So, first of all, I would like to share a common thing that you guys and we have.
Okay.
So, like, what happens is, like, the first time when I was starting podcast, I had no prior experience, and I would get very much worried. And we had a culture. We used to shout, "Josh!"
How's the Josh?
Yes, that's the thing.
Nice.
So, I have a very personal question.
Okay.
How did your storytelling skill get so better? So it's very good. So every videos I watch, you are like very good at conveying what you want to say. So what is the story behind that?
I think it's purely practice.
Okay.
I have been public speaking and speaking in multiple colleges, multiple forums since now 13 years, 12 to 13 years. I have probably addressed myself offline more than 1 lakh students. So in my journey of addressing 1 lakh students, of course, I have not been as good as I am today. And I don't think I'm as good. I have a long way to go. But from where I come, I think I have genuinely improved, because every time I would talk to a class, I would notice how people are reacting, how they are laughing, when they are yawning, when they are zoning out, when they are zoning in. And I could read their eyeballs, their body language. If you're sitting like this, which means you're slightly tired. But if you're sitting like that, I know you're awake. If your eyes are like that. So I caught these emotions from very young age. At some point of time in my life, I was...
So can we say that you are very good at reading people?
Well...
Was this something that naturally came to you?
Not reading your mind, but reading your body language.
Body language, yeah.
Reading body language. I can see people's body language, and then I can tell, okay, how to make that person get back into, a concentration zone. That's something I've done for so many years. It's just practice, to be honest.
I guess practice makes perfect.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Okay, so how did IID start? A shorter version of story.
So I'll make it very quick. It's an interesting story. My real sister, her name is Chandni, and she actually runs as of today, she runs one of Asia's largest digital marketing agencies.
Okay, where?
From Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore in India.
Okay.
And so anything you see of Amazon in India, anything if you see of Nike in India, anything if you see of HDFC Bank, one of the largest banks in India, anything you see of these organizations in India is produced by my real sister. Okay. Now, this company is one of the largest today, but 11 years ago, it was a startup which started out of my bedroom.
Okay, your bedroom.
Yeah,
Your sister's company started.
out of me and my sister shared a bedroom. My sister and I shared a bedroom. So
No, I thought like your bedroom is like तू छोटा भाई है तेरे में शुरू होगा मेरा अच्छे से सोएगा.
no. We shared a bedroom, and it was a startup that started out of our bedroom. And I was employed as her first intern, and my job was to bring sales for her digital marketing agency. So I used to call people and say, "Hey, do you?"
How
want-"
old were you?
That time I was 19 years old.
So you did not have any like degree or
No,
nothing?
I had no experience. I had no experience.
No academic
No
skill,
academic
no-
skill. I did not even know digital marketing, but I knew how to talk. I knew how to speak basic English, and I could call people. And bus, I started calling people, asking people if they want to study if they want to hire my sister's digital marketing services. Slowly, the company grew.
Now, how many customers said that क्या है digital marketing?
Starting में, every customer would say, "Digital marketing, वो क्या होता है?"
Yeah.
Right? Starting में, even when I used to approach colleges saying digital marketing, पढ़ाता हूँ मैं, I'll teach your students digital marketing, that principal would be like, क्या होता है digital marketing? बाहर निकल यहाँ से. So nobody understood anything. Basically, when my sister's company grew, I started teaching her employees how to do digital marketing, and slowly I realized that I can teach digital marketing very well. And from teaching her employees to new staff, it became a workshop, from a workshop to a class to 15 classes in Mumbai, classes to a large organization, to a college, to... That's the story over the last 1 decade.
1 decade. So I watched your TEDx video, right?
Okay.
And you said that when you told your family that you're going to be a teacher, they had a very different reaction than what you were expecting. But I do have a question, a follow-up question to that. Why did you not get involved with your sister for an agency, for your mind and all the knowledge that you had, right? So why did you not think that I could make tons of money through agency? Why did you choose to
Because
open an institute?
my parents were pretty clear that they didn't want both the children to work in the same business. So they were like, maybe in the future you all might fight, or business.
That is the thing that came to my mind, and I
Right?
smiled.
Business should never be done in family together.
Okay.
So my father was very clear that if my sister is running the agency, you can't run the agency as such. I mean, you do something else. Okay. And I said, okay, no problem. I was very young that time. I anyway wasn't sure if I wanted to do an agency. So I started an institute, and it worked. So when it started working, I said, okay, this is working as good as the agency. So why not run a large institute for digital marketing,
So I do know the backstory regarding how you trained the students who came for stock training.
Yes.
You converted them for digital marketing training.
Yes.
Like, how did it expand from there? Because that is the story that is available in online, but I don't think there's a story after that. You have not shared it yet.
No, so basically it was word of mouth then.
Okay.
After some point, when we started teaching and when people started realizing that this is a really nice skill, they're getting internships from it, they're getting paid from it, there's instant ROI from this skill, word of mouth started spreading. I was one of the earliest tutors in my city, Mumbai city, who was educating people on digital marketing. So it was like there aren't enough people. Right now, if you go to Mumbai and you ask how many digital marketing teachers or institutes are there are thousands. But back in the year 2012, I was one of the first people talking about digital marketing education. And so word of mouth, being an early player, one of the early entrants, I think these two things combined, and eventually success rate of the students, because they were successful, the institute grew. As simple as that. Positive word of mouth. Yeah, that's about it.
So there were lot of cost involved, investment. So did you raise it yourself, or where did the money come from?
I started this company with a 5,000 rupee saving that I had. From previous jobs. I lost a lot of my money. I've done 2-3 startups, and I've lost a lot of money. And then I had my last 5,000-10,000 rupees, and I put my first 5,000 rupees into this business, and it was a small 200 square foot garage in a small part.
From bedroom to garage.
From bedroom, it went to my grandfather's garage. Okay. And from my grandfather's garage, it It's today a 25,000 square foot campus. It's like 3,500 students online, 150 employees. But it started from a 200 square foot garage, as the size of the studio. Size of the studio, 10 plastic chairs. I was a professor. And that's where it all began.
What was the age of the people that came to learn from you in the beginning?
In the beginning,
Were the youngsters, were people, someone looking to upskill their...
No, absolute youngsters. 18, 19, 20, 21. Today, it's like 23, 24-year-olds. But it was previously 18, 19, 20, 21.
So how old were you then?
Well, I started training digital marketing properly in the year 2013. So that time I was 22.
How hard was it to convey the similar age people to believe you and trust you?
In fact, it wasn't hard.
Okay.
Because I was young and they were young, they could relate to me. They could relate to digital marketing. They could relate to social media. In fact, that was working in my favor. How most people perceive professors as old people, people were enjoying a young professor. That was one of our USPs, actually.
So what was the bigger mission when you started the institute?
Look, I'll be very honest. When I came back from Harvard and I came back to India in the year 2015, was the year we had a new Prime Minister, Modi.
Okay.
And one of his first campaigns was Digital India. And if you would have seen how large the campaign was, it was every billboard, every newspaper, every television, every radio channel spoke about Digital India. He absolutely, made digital in India free. We are the world's cheapest country when it comes to price of internet. We're the world's cheapest country when it comes to price of smartphones.
Yes.
Right? No one in the world can beat us for these two things right now.
True.
Right? We grew from 34 crore online Indians to today 91 crore online Indians in just a span of 5 years. So when that campaign came, I had just come back. I was running these classes all this while, these stock market and social media classes. And I had just come back from my further abroad education. I came back to India and I realized that, digital skills are here to come big time. No one has capitalized on digital skills right now around me. It's opportunity. Let me begin a formal training institute for digital skills. And that's when I formalized IIDE because I could see the scope. My vision could tell that, this is here to stay. This is here to become big.
You do have a business background family, right?
Yes. I come from an industrial family background, yeah.
Yes. So that helped, let's say.
Well, it allowed
to see opportunity.
It allowed me to feel free in terms of that even if I don't bring food onto the table, if I don't earn a salary, I have the opportunity to explore and I feel blessed for that. There was no risk. I could take chances in life.
So while expanding and while starting the IIDE, so how did you build up your core team? This story has to be amazing. How did you find those guys, right? Because you do have very interesting people, like we made Ansita ji, and I was like, oh my God, you're very demanding and you always get what you want to get. You're very good at sales. That was my first impression. We even had online meeting with IIDE India back then. And you guys were very friendly. They were very much motivated to work. And so how did you find these guys?
So my core team comes from my students.
Okay. Were they from the first batch or?
From the first batch.
Okay.
From the first batch and the second batch and the third batch. And there's a guy who's sitting right here. He's from my first post-graduation batch.
Okay.
And my core team are people who've joined IIDE as students, had some passion towards the vision which I was portraying, and people who wanted to join education, and they've just joined me. And touch wood, the best part is that the core team, which has joined 6-7 years ago, is still there. My top 13 managers are all 5+ years of staying with me. So they've stayed there with me and they're with me on this mission to solve and become the world's largest contributor for digital marketing talent.
How were you able to keep them for such a long time?
I think trust is a two-way effort,
Yes.
and money is secondary, everything else is secondary. But when a person feels like, hey, I've got your back and you've got my back, you know how best friends are? Whatever happens, yeah, you have good days and you have bad days. But best friends know that you wake up next morning, smile, and say, "Bhul jate jo. Let's move
Yes,
on,
true.
right? And let's motivate each other." I think that's the relationship I share with my core team, and that's why we're
It's
all
really
together.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's like more like a family,
we're a
brotherhood.
family. You know, if you ever join IID, you join something known as an IID family. You quit, you leave IID team, but you stay a part of IID's WhatsApp group called IID Family. And
Okay.
every invite is always open to the IID family.
Okay.
It's a very popular thing. Once an IID, always an IID.
That's a very good concept.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. So you, what was your academic degree on? Was it on marketing or business or
It's a funny story. It's on finance.
finance?
Yeah,
So we could argue that marketing found you.
marketing found me.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I found marketing. I don't know.
I think let's the
But
viewers
I'm a
decide.
specialist. I'm a finance specialist. Even when I brought to study, I specialized in one of my other subjects was private equity. So all throughout my life, I have actually studied finance. I always thought finance would pay better, but somehow I did one internship, at the last year of my college, which was in investment banking at this organization called Deutsche Bank. And that's when I realized I like finance just from an education perspective.
Oh.
But when I actually went to job to do the job, I didn't like it at all. I
Tons of
realized,
pressure, right?
yeah, I can't be behind a desk. I can't be sitting. I need to be talking. This is what I love doing.
Yes. True.
Yeah.
So then after you, there's an interesting story, and I think it's there
Yeah.
online, and our viewers can view it. So I think this was the first interview that you gave online, or you shared this story with one of the 21-year-old engineering student or someone. I think it was a long time ago. That interview
It's
is
been a
still in the
long-
internet,
Yeah.
and it gives a pretty good look into the
Past.
vision, mission, and everything. You shared a lot of things there.
Yes. Yes.
So now we're gonna come back to IID.
Okay.
So I think the first you started in Mumbai.
Right.
How did you expand, and what is the story?
Well, I was in Mumbai. Students kept asking. More students kept joining. Classrooms started falling short. So because it started falling short, we had to get new classrooms.
Okay.
New classrooms, new areas. We started getting inquiries from many places. And honestly, we followed a very simple pattern. Wherever we get inquiries from, if you're able to make those students happy over time, and if we're getting enough inquiries from there, we go and start having our own.
So you sent your team. Like before you had limited team, right? When you
Right,
started.
right.
So they were all based in Mumbai.
Right.
So if there was a good demand from some other part of the city,
Right.
how did you cater it?
Honestly, I haven't actually gone out and done this. I was in a very small part of Mumbai, but the word was spreading across Mumbai, and students were joining from very far parts of the country and the city, and they were joining me in my small location in Mumbai. So
Was it through online or?
Yeah, online, just basic SEO, just through my Google search or just through like basic Facebook ads that we would do. Not like some targeted campaigns, it's like remarketing basic campaigns. And people were coming to us from many places. Like, for example, I'll be very honest, when we started our online courses, I never could have imagined that I am going to get so many students from Nepal.
True.
We didn't run any marketing campaign here. We never did an ad out here in the start, but we kept getting students through word of mouth, through SEO, and we realized, okay, look, now there are enough students that we have enough students in Nepal as of this point. And we said, okay, if that's the story, then we should probably come
That
to
is
Nepal.
how Ketsa Nepal came.
That's how Kesha Nepal happened, and that's why I'm here today.
Yes.
It's because of the students.
We're very thankful
Yeah,
again.
thank you.
So IID actually started online. Or
It's
no,
an
like
offline.
there
It's
was
an
an
offline
but
training institute.
It expanded online.
It was absolutely offline with no plans of being online till the pandemic.
Okay.
When COVID hit, we had no option but to go absolutely online. So we shut down all of our classrooms besides one campus. We shut down all the other classrooms that we had. Everything went online, and we've never come back fully offline. We've stayed online.
So I do have next question. When there is an online community,
Right.
there are offline students. Right? I think the offline institutes or campus are now open again.
Right.
So how do you guarantee that these students who are studying online get the same experience, same culture, and same knowledge as the students were getting it physical through physical classes?
So one of the things that I can say is that the teachers are the same.
Yeah, that's okay.
The same
Okay.
professors who are professing in the offline are professing in the online. The content, the curriculum, the assignments, the style is the same. And I must tell you that I would like to agree that the online exposure to culture is probably a little lesser, not drastically lesser than the offline, because there's more touch and feel.
Yes.
But online is still fun. Like we do things like we've partnered with Domino's Pizza, and we have pizza parties where we ensure that our pizza reaches every student's house at the same time.
At the same time.
At the same time, on the same date, across the country. In any class, we would at least have 30 to 40 kids studying from different parts of the country.
Okay.
So wherever there's a Domino's pizza, it would be sent. And there's no Domino's, we would send something else. And then everybody's doing a Domino's party. A pizza party, basically. We have singing sessions. We have something known as speed dating. Okay.
Online. Okay.
We keep changing the people and we keep making them talk to each other for 1 or 2 minutes. Even men and men, women and women. Speed networking, more like.
Okay.
But we do a lot for culture. I would say that IID is known way more for its culture than its education. Education तो आपको YouTube पे भी मिल जाएगा. आप IID आते हो to be a better human being, not to be a digital marketer.
That is the code.
That is who we are. You will genuinely join here and you will end here, not in digital marketing skills, but as a better version of yourself.
When did you realize that person, that the better human? When
did
it click to you?
It clicked to me when I was watching my own organization's testimonials. Okay, so I remember I was watching my company's testimonials, and 4 out of the 6 testimonials that my team submitted to me, there was one common line that most of the kids said. पहले मैं introvert था, अभी मैं extrovert हूँ. पहले मैं डरता था, अभी IID की वजह से मैं presentation कर सकता.
ये तो IID नहीं हुआ, ये तो जादू हुआ.
हाँ. So and I realized that nobody in none of the testimonials said मैं ads करना सीखा हूँ.
Okay.
मैं SEO करना सीखा हूँ. मुझे website आती है. Not a single kid of mine would say that. Most of my kids would say presentation बनाने को आया, dressing करने को सीखे, handshake करने को सीखे, डरना भूल गए, right? How to, this thing happens when you get nervous, when you put your spit inside.
Yes.
It doesn't happen. So that training that we give to our students on how to and how to be friends.
Had you actually planned on giving these trainings before? Because you started as a digital marketing agency, right?
Right.
Was this a part like?
No, it's honestly just been a part of basic culture.
Basic culture.
Basic culture. It's like...
so it started somewhere and it kept on going.
It kept on going. IID, if you ask anyone why do they join IID, they will never say it's for the digital marketing. They will say it's for the culture. You walk into an IID classroom and you will feel the energy. Every name, every quote, you'll be like, "Acha, ye kuch alag hai." So, I mean, that's what I feel. So I might be wrong, but that's my.
You are
own
not
perception.
wrong, because I told you about the testimonial I took from one of your recent student.
Okay.
Actually, she had been in communication to me through Facebook.
Okay.
She saw our podcast and she asked me like, "What do I do?" And I asked her, "You could take classes. Are you comfortable with physical or online?" And she was outside Kathmandu Valley, right, or the part of Nepal, and she was like, "No, it's gonna be hard for me. Like there are no good institutes where I am." And then I recommended her IIDE.
Oh wow, thank you.
So we were in talks with Anandji at the moment, and that is, I did not know she enrolled. So then after the conversation dried out, and she came to me 5 days ago, and she was like, "I completed this course. These are my skill sets, and I did not know about the course syllabus." And I told her, "Look, I recommend it to you because I know it's a good thing, it's a good institute, but I don't know the course. Send it to me." She sent it over, and she was like, my due date is on Jan. I'm going to send you a CV on coming Sunday, tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Find me a job so I can work virtually. And I asked her, like, I did not know the... we were in talk with Anchita ji for the podcast. I did not tell her anything. I was like, "So can you tell me how was your experience?" And she was like, "Very positive reviews. I loved it and everything." I was like, then I was like, "Okay, that's nice."
Thank you.
So I think whatever IID is doing, you are doing great job.
Thank you so much.
So I think that I like to add something, right? So when I asked you, when did that the better human click? So we have a upskilling for starters in Sunway College, right?
Okay.
And we have that class, and we at the counseling we do not explain a lot about it. We just tell them you are here, you're starting a new journey, the bachelor's degree, and you're going to be a professional. So you're going to need tons of skills and tons of improvement on your side. You have to upskill. So that is the part of skilling for starters. We tell them that, and what I found out was most of the students expect the trainings and everything to be professional trainings,
Right.
and that is where we differentiate. We teach them through every individual components of life, and I think that is what IID is also doing.
That's what we do. Yeah, for sure.
So are you going to be, is it going to be same starting in Indian Institute of IID and here in Nepal?
You mean, are we going to bring the same culture to Nepal?
Yes.
I would recommend you to come visit our center tomorrow.
Yeah.
To all the viewers, we're launching IID tomorrow. I don't know when this will be aired, but by the time this is aired, it will be launched on the 21st of January. And to see the culture, you got to come and see it. We've made a replica. We've made a replica. We've ensured the training. We're in talks since 6 months. We're preparing since 4 months. We've been training since 3 months. From the lowest person in terms of qualification to the highest person in qualification is training since 90 days to get the IIDY. We've got the entire team to come to Mumbai, experience it, live it, see it, and take that emotion back here.
That's really great.
So I think that what we do there is exactly what we'll do here.
So I have next question, right? It has been coming to my mind, but how do I put it? Give me a second.
Sure.
So was the decision to expand in Nepal, like, are you going to be expanding in other South Asian countries too?
Of course.
So you are now located at India, right?
Right.
So this is the first country there next, and then you're going to be expanding on.
Yes.
First of all, I would like to thank you for choosing Nepal.
Thank you.
Because being in this market,
Nepal chose us, by the way.
What happened was, like, there are a lot of agencies, and the first challenge there was, like, there were no institutes dedicated to teaching digital marketing.
Right.
So there were few would pop up and they would just disappear after a moment.
Right.
So that was a major problem, and I guess IID would solve
We'll
this.
solve this now, for sure.
So welcome to Nepal. Officially.
Thank you so much.
Now I'd like to talk about your collaborations with different colleges.
Right.
So in one of your videos, you said, like, there were people who were studying marketing at your time. And they did not have any knowledge about digital marketing, which was going to be the future, right? So how did you convince the colleges to add digital marketing as a major course?
It took a lot of time. I would actually have to go to the principal's cabin and then tell them, ma'am, when you have a problem, what do you do? She'll say, Google it. I said, now when you Google, what link do you click on? She'll say the first one. I said, that's what I do. I teach you how to get your website to rank on the first page of Google. God. When you want to buy something, where do you go? Amazon. That's what I do. I get the right products put up on Amazon.
That is the simplest pitch.
Right? Yes. So, ma'am, what does your child do? So, how old is your child? 18. What does she do all day long? On Instagram. I said, mom, that's what I do. Instead of her wasting her time on Instagram, I converted it into business. And these were the few, casual conversations I've had with decision makers who are above the age of 50 in Mumbai, to kind of explain to them that, look, I am here to convert people wasting 3 hours of their time into a skill which can compensate them with a high package, And when they heard that one statement that, oh shit, 3 ghante time pass is now converting into 3 ghante business, they started giving me small opportunities. And then the feedback of the students was becoming into large opportunities.
Okay, that's nice. Start small, go big. So do you agree that a digital marketing degree or academic degree would make a better ecosystem for the marketers and business house?
I think that a degree, I'm not sure. But I think the education will.
Education will.
Right?
Yes.
Digital marketing is a skill,
Mm.
right? You put that in a degree, you put that as a skill, you put that as a vocational course, you put that as a coaching class, you put that anyhow. It doesn't matter, I would say. If it's a degree, it's better because students will take it more seriously.
Yes.
That's for sure. But as a skill, this will add to Nepal's ecosystem. Nepal is one of the very fast growing markets when it comes to digital. We're already at 1.1 crore people digitally online. We were 49 lakhs 5 years ago. We're 1.1 crores right now out of a 3 crore population in Nepal. So the growth rate that we are at right now in Nepal, I think that we are going to need a lot of digital marketers, and hence, anyhow, digital marketing training in this country is going to add to this ecosystem. So I'm very happy. I know that Sunway is now doing
Yes,
a degree.
we do have
you know, and I must
exclusive degree on digital marketing.
and I
Yes.
must tell you that not even in India are enough institutions doing this.
Yes.
So Sunway doing this in Kathmandu in Nepal, in my opinion, is hardcore respect from another digital marketing private institute in India. That
Thank you.
lots of respect to this brand to be able to take a futuristic move today.
Sunway would like to thank you. Says being our studio partner today. So Karanji, so do you really believe Nepalese have that capability to ace in this digital marketing ecosystem in the world?
I think Nepalese can ace anything. They ace Everest.
Oh my
Right.
God.
So what you need to know is that if they can do that, they can do anything. And I think that digital marketing is a skill set. You just need two things: laptop and internet connection, which I think now most Nepalese have.
Yeah.
Right? So since they have that, then what's stopping them? The market is growing, it's becoming larger, and as I said, if they can scale Everest, they can definitely scale digital marketing, right?
True.
And all the Nepalese. So here is one story I want to talk about.
Okay.
I am a graduate because I have a best friend, and I hope she listens to this. Her name is Sneha, and she's Nepalese. I am a graduate because my best friend taught me how to pass my examinations. Yeah. So I wouldn't have been a graduate if she didn't teach me. So my best friend Sneha would come in the last 6 hours of my exam, and she would teach me the entire subject. My grass, I don't know what, but whatever she would teach me is what would come in the paper next day. So I would keep thinking paper setter yahi hai, right? But it's not actually true. And I'd like to dedicate my graduation to my best friend from Nepal, and that's how I know a lot about Nepal. I've visited her here for a wedding, I've come here for a vacation. I have visited Nepal many times in the past. So just coming back, that मैं अगर graduate हूँ, तो it's because of a Nepalese. So today when I'm coming back to Nepal and giving education, for me it's giving back to that friend of mine for what she gave me to get a graduation certificate in life. So thanks to my friend.
It turns out we have to actually thank Snehaji too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Snehaji. So I have last question, right?
Yeah.
So then after we're going to wrap up.
Right.
So what is your source of information? Because when you talk, you can connect Everest to digital marketing. We just saw that, right? You have this skill. This is the skill that has developed after a lot of practice. We discussed it in the beginning.
Right.
But what is your source of information? How does it come? Because you have to take it inside to bring it outside, right? Where do you absorb these things from?
I think at a very young age, someone told me that, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're
Listen
supposed
more.
to listen at 2 times at what you speak.
Mhm.
And when someone told me that at a very young age, I grasped it very quickly. And my realization point was that source of information is to keep your 2 eyes and your 2 ears open at all times. And you have to empathize with all types of human beings. So I may not be someone who reads 50 books a year or who, watches 1,000 YouTube videos to learn. But I am definitely one person who knows that God has given me 2 eyes and 2 ears first and then 1 mouth. So at all points of time, I'm always listening extra,
And
watching
observing,
extra,
yes.
observing extra, and then processing the information in my brain from all different angles from everybody.
So you are always on khoya, luka, pulao or something like that.
No, I'm
What is the term?
always listening. I'm
Always
very
listening.
sharp, I would not like to use my own words for myself that I'm very sharp, but I am listening and I am always observing. And then once the information is processed, is when I'll open my mouth. So I think the source of information is, that's it.
That's
God's
very
gift.
nice one.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So, but one question, right? I told that was the last one. Very sorry, but if you were assigned that you have to look over digital marketing of a company, right? Let's say you are not a trainer or anything. You are a digital marketer.
Right.
Let's assume you do have, but you know how to do every components of SEO, designing, everything.
Sure.
Well gifted. What would you enjoy doing? Would you enjoy SEO or would you enjoy campaign planning? What would you love the most?
Ads.
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 Why?
I love ads. It's like you press a button and everyone gets to see everything that you want them to see, right? So it's just the pace of it. The pace of it. It is not a very ROI friendly product because you have to spend a lot of money, whereas SEO is very ROI
But that
friendly.
gives you a very good kick.
But I get a kick because I can ensure that all you guys who are sitting in this room from tomorrow, you'll see my ads.
Yeah, I agree. We've already seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you guys seen my ads?
Yes.
Maybe not. I don't know. But I can ensure that. So I really enjoy ads. It's the first skill that I learned when I was working for my sister. Ads. And till date, it is stuck very close to my heart.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Karan ji. Thank you,
you.
Ansita ji. Thank you, Anand ji. And thank you, my whole team, for making it possible. So we got confirmation yesterday. We were rush and everything. I hope it went good for you.
Thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much. I'd like to thank all of our viewers and supporters. Thank you very much. This is actually a filler episode for second season. All the plannings are done and we're very luckily Karanji is our first international guest. Thank you. And this gives us the opportunity to go global. Thank you, Karanji.
Thank you.
Thank you very
It's an
much. So
honor.
with this, I'd like to end
Pleasure
it.
is mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.